This chapter 1. Okay, so my first note would be on John 1:1. I started looking into the Hebrew word of Eloah, and it's Strong's 433. And it didn't take long before I got to the first instance in Deuteronomy 32:15. And I just wanted to read that real quick. So, but Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxen fat. Thou art grown thick. Thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook God, or Eloah, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. And I was like, whoa, okay. So it's equating Eloah with being the rock. And then as we know, Yeshua is that rock. 1 Corinthians 10. For I do not want you to be unaware, brothers and sisters, that our fathers were all under the cloud, and they all passed through the sea. And they all were baptized into Moses in the cloud and in the sea. And they all ate the same spiritual food and all drank the same spiritual drink. But they were drinking from a spiritual rock, which followed them. And that rock was Christ. So that was just one of the first things that stuck out with me as I was researching that. I thought that was interesting. The first use of Eloah in the Old Testament spoke of the rock of our salvation, which is Yeshua. The second one was number 4. This is not breathtaking here or anything crazy, but I just wanted to highlight the cross-reference that for he is life, and the life is the lamp of men. And everyone knows this, but I just had to say it. Psalm 119, 105, your word, we know Yeshua is the word. He is the lamp to my feet and a light to my path. I just think that's amazing. So nothing really revolutionary there, but I just wanted to make that known. Number 5. So, and the lamp does shine in the gloom, but the gloom and darkness do not have power over it. So I did a word study on the darkness and gloom, and I found 2 instances in the Old Testament. So I'm trying to, since this is a Hebrew New Testament, I'm trying to link it to the Old. So darkness and gloom shows up twice in the Old Testament. So, and it's both times pretty much the day of the wrath or the coming of Yeshua. So Joel 2:2, a day of darkness and gloom, a day of clouds and thick darkness. As dawn is spread over the mountains, so there is a great and mighty people. There has never been anything like it, nor will there be anything, will there be again after it. So I just wanted to highlight the darkness and gloom pretty much on the day of the Lord. The second time it's mentioned, darkness and gloom, is Zephaniah 1:15. That day will be a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of destruction and desolation, a day of darkness and gloom, a day of clouds and blackness. So again, I just think it's awesome that the Hebrews saying the lamp, which is Yeshua, shines in the gloom. And the gloom and darkness does not have power over it. So I thought that was a good tie-in as well. My next thing is number 8. So it's not in the Hebrew, but it hit me during this study. He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light. And it just hit me that, everyone's focused on the person getting baptized, but John gets to witness that light creation being made. And now how we're supposed to preach the gospel and baptize people. I have a newfound perspective of actually seeing that new person come out of the water and become that light. So I just thought it was interesting that he wasn't that light, but was sent out to bear witness of the light. He saw the light. He became a witness of it. So I thought that was awesome that anytime you baptize someone, that you're witnessing a light as well, like John did to Yeshua. A few more. Number 10, I thought that was interesting that it said he was eternal and the world does not recognize him. So I don't have much except that I looked for Jeff Benner, what he had to say about it. He's a Hebrew scholar. At least from what I found, that eternal is also Olam in Hebrew. And he says the Hebrew word Olam literally means beyond the horizon. So when looking off in the far distance, it is difficult to make out any details. And what is beyond that horizon cannot be seen. This concept is Olam. So I thought that was pretty interesting, that Yeshua was eternal from the beginning.